Ever get that feeling like you're being watched? Like, really watched?
Yeah, I think we've all had that creepy feeling at some point, right?
Right. But what if it wasn't just a feeling? What if someone actually was watching you? Today we're going deep on gang stalking. And
Oh,
it's going to
wow.
get a little strange.
That's putting it mildly.
Yeah, well, this deep dive is based on a lecture by Dr. Catherine Horton,
I
and
think I've heard of her.
she doesn't hold back.
She does not.
She calls gang stalking a form of organized harassment, and
It's a topic that's often dismissed as, paranoia.
exactly. But Dr. Horton, she presents some data, some arguments that suggest there might be something more to it.
Way more.
So let's start with the basics, right?
Okay.
What exactly are we talking about when we say gang stalking?
Well, Dr. Horton, she describes it as this coordinated effort
Uh-huh.
to basically mess with someone.
Mess with them.
Yeah, like groups of people showing up in weird places, like you always see the same guy at the coffee shop, then the grocery store, then...
Oh, like you're being followed?
Yeah, or, like finding things moved around in your house, or
Okay, hold on.
constantly feeling like you're being watched.
That's starting to sound a little conspiracy theory-ish.
I know, right?
But Dr. Horton, she connects this to something that's, well, it's a little unnerving, to be honest.
What's that?
Intelligence agencies.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah. She points out that in the UK, back in 2003, the budget for MI5, their domestic intelligence agency, doubled.
Wow, doubled.
Doubled. So think about that, right?
Okay.
More money, more agents, more training needed.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
But who do they train on?
I mean, they can't just use, regular criminals, can they?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Too risky, right? Someone might notice.
Right.
So Dr. Horton, she suggests that they might use, well, ordinary people.
Ordinary people as spies?
No, not as spies, as, how did she put it?
Training subjects.
Yes.
Yeah.
Training subjects. Like, imagine you're a biochemistry professor, right?
Okay, I'm imagining.
Suddenly, you switch careers to street stalking.
That's a hard left turn.
Right. But that's what she's suggesting. These agencies need people to practice on. And it can't be someone who's going to, raise flags.
So they need someone who's, what, under the radar?
Exactly. Someone who's not going to, call the cops every time they see a suspicious car.
But why?
That's the big question.
Right.
Dr. Horton thinks it might be more than just training. She says it could be a way to control people.
Control people? How?
Think about it. If you feel like you're constantly being watched, judged, harassed, you're less likely to, speak out, challenge things.
I see what you mean.
And if you do speak out, well, it's easy to dismiss you as paranoid.
Right. Yeah. If everyone thinks you're crazy, no one will listen.
That's what Dr. Horton calls box ticking. People go to the doctor with these wild stories, and the doctor's just like,
Another paranoid patient.
exactly. It's a way to silence dissent, keep people in line. And the scariest part,
What?
it might actually be working,
Well, that's a cheery thought.
isn't it? But it gets even weirder. Dr. Horton dives into German tax law, and guess what?
What?
Informants can get huge tax breaks,
Like, how huge?
like paying 10% tax instead of the usual 40%. Big difference, right?
Yeah, that's a big incentive to rat people out.
Exactly. And she calls it a runaway process because as more people become informants, the network grows.
And it just keeps expanding.
It's like a pyramid scheme of surveillance,
Wow.
right? But here's the thing. Who are these informants?
Not a good question.
Dr. Horton says it's not the people you'd expect. It's not like high-powered lawyers or CEOs.
What is it then?
It's people who need the money.
Oh, wow.
Maybe they're struggling. Maybe they lost their job, whatever. They're vulnerable and...
And they get recruited.
Exactly. It's a disturbing thought, isn't it?
It is. It makes you wonder who's really pulling the strings.
That's what we're going to dive into next time. We're going to unpack Dr. Horton's theories about the motivations behind gang stalking. And trust me, it gets even more unsettling. Last time, things got pretty dark.
Yeah. We went down a rabbit hole for sure.
But you know what's even creepier?
What?
Dr. Horton connects this whole gang stalking thing to, our digital lives.
Oh, yeah, that whole privacy thing or lack thereof.
Exactly. I'm on social media all the time,
Who isn't?
But now I'm thinking, who else is looking at that stuff?
Right. It's like we share everything online without thinking twice.
But how does that tie into gang stalking?
Well, every time we use our phones, go online, even walk past a security camera, we're leaving this trail
A trail of what?
data.
Oh, right.
And all that data, it can be used to build a pretty detailed picture of who we are,
Like what we do, who we know.
what we believe in, what we're afraid of.
So it's like anyone could use that information to target us.
Potentially, yeah.
That's messed up.
It is. And Dr. Horton, she argues that this data, combined with these systems that, encourage surveillance,
Uh-huh.
it creates a situation where abuse is more likely to happen.
It's not just governments anymore, right?
Right. It could be companies, private investigators, anyone with an axe to grind.
So this isn't just about some big conspiracy to control people.
Not necessarily. It could be way more personal, like someone trying to get revenge or
Okay, hold on.
sabotage someone's life.
But that's the thing, right? It's like, how do you even prove any of this is happening?
Exactly. Gang stalking is designed to make the victim question their own sanity.
Like they're imagining things.
Yeah. So by the time they realize something's seriously wrong.
It's too late.
Exactly.
And that's where that whole box ticking thing comes in.
Yeah. Victims go to the doctor, describe these crazy experiences, and the doctor's like, another paranoid patient.
And that just makes it easier to ignore them.
Right. It's like a self-fulfilling prophecy. The more you try to talk about it, the crazier you sound.
So it's not just about silencing people, it's about making them doubt themselves.
Absolutely. It's psychological warfare.
Wow.
And this is where Dr. Horton's analysis gets really interesting. She talks about this concept of learned helplessness.
Learned helplessness. What's that?
It's basically when you're constantly exposed to bad things that you have no control over,
Uh-huh.
you eventually just give up.
You just accept it.
Yeah, you stop trying to fight back because you think it's pointless.
So with gang stalking, the constant harassment, the weird stuff happening,
It wears you down.
you just feel powerless.
Exactly. And that makes you easier to manipulate. You're less likely to speak out, less likely to ask for help.
And this is all intentional.
According to Dr. Horton, yes. It's a way to break people down psychologically.
That's pretty messed up.
It is. And it's often directed at people who are already vulnerable,
Like who?
people who are isolated, people with mental health issues, people who don't have a lot of social support.
So they're easy targets.
In a way, yeah, they're less likely to have the resources to fight back.
And with all the division in the world today,
It's a recipe for disaster.
because anyone who disagrees with the mainstream can be labeled as, like, crazy.
Exactly. It's a way to silence dissent, enforce conformity.
So what can we do about this? Like, is there any way to protect ourselves from this kind of manipulation?
That's the million-dollar question. And honestly, there are no easy answers. But Dr. Horton does offer some insights into how we can resist. She talks about the importance of understanding the psychology behind gang stalking, like how it works, why it's effective.
Knowledge is power, right?
Exactly. And from there, she suggests some strategies for reclaiming our agency, both individually and collectively.
So last time we were talking about some really heavy stuff.
Yeah, learned helplessness, psychological manipulation. It got pretty intense.
But, like, what do we do about it,
Right. Well, Dr. Horton, she says there's no easy fix, but she does offer some ideas about how to resist these tactics.
Okay, like what?
Well, she talks about understanding the psychology behind it, how it works, why it's effective.
So we need to know our enemy, basically.
Exactly. We need to know how they operate.
But then what?
Well, that's where she talks about breaking free from this learned helplessness.
How do we do that? Like, if we feel powerless, how do we even start to fight back?
It starts with connection, she says. Reach out to others.
You mean like other people who think they're being gang stalked?
Yeah, people who understand what you're going through, people who've experienced similar things.
Because, like, if you talk about this stuff to people who don't get it...
They'll think you're crazy.
Exactly. So, finding a support network is important.
It's crucial, Dr. Horton says. It validates your experience, reminds you that you're not alone.
And it might give you some ideas about how to deal with it, right?
Right. You can share information, compare notes, brainstorm strategies.
Okay, so connecting with others is key. But what about all the digital stuff?
Oh, that's another big part of her framework.
What does she say about that?
She calls it informed action in the digital space.
Informed action.
Basically, being smart about what you share online, using strong passwords, understanding privacy settings.
So, like, being more aware of our digital footprint.
Exactly.
But can we really protect ourselves completely? I mean, it feels like we're leaving a trail everywhere we go.
It's true, we are. But we can minimize that trail, make it harder to track us.
Okay, so we need to be more careful online.
Right.
But what about the systems that enable this kind of stuff?
Right. The surveillance, the data collection, all of that.
Can we actually change those systems?
Dr. Horton, she's pretty clear on this. She says awareness is key.
Awareness.
Yeah. The more people understand what's happening, the more pressure we can put on the people in power.
So it's about making noise,
Exactly. Breaking the silence.
exposing the truth.
Right. And demanding accountability.
From who?
From the government, from tech companies, from anyone who's profiting from our lack of privacy.
That's a tall order, though. I mean, can we really make a difference?
It's a long shot, maybe. But Dr. Horton, she believes it's possible. She says that we need to reclaim our agency, both individually and collectively.
It's like we've been sleepwalking into this surveillance state, and now it's time to wake up.
That's a good way to put it. We need to be more aware, more critical, more willing to fight for our rights.
It's about taking back control.
Exactly. And creating a future where privacy and freedom of thought are valued and protected.
Well, that's a good note to end on, I think. We've covered a lot of ground today, some of it pretty dark and unsettling.
Yeah, it's not easy stuff to think about.
But hopefully, this deep dive has given you some food for thought.
And maybe even some inspiration to take action.
Because at the end of the day, knowledge is power. The more we understand about these issues, the better equipped we are to fight back. Thanks for joining us, and remember, stay vigilant.